Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Keeping Up with Kia P. I am Kia P. Hi, how you doing? Today we're going to be doing some resin art, so let's get started. I'm going to take you down, right? Okay, so today we're going to be doing some resin art. Yay! My favorite, my favorite. I wasn't going to do anything today, but I don't know, I just had to do something because I felt so creative after watching so many YouTube videos and just got so inspired that I was like, you know what, I'm going to Michael's, I'm getting some stuff, and we're going to do some pours today. So today, I've already had some paper and stuff ready, so what I did was I cut everything out, and we're going to be using this as our background. And I glued it to a black paper, just so I can put that down. This is a rolling tray mold, 8x8. Just got it, so I'm super excited to try it and use it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And so I didn't want to waste any paper, so we got the Hexagon coasters as well. And we're going to be doing a cute little simple resin pour, right? And if I have something left over, then we'll do some ink pens, which I have those laid out here ready to go as well. Please excuse my little dog who is outside in my video. Sorry, guys. But life, right? Okay, so I got the two-part A and B poured here. We're going to do the whole thing. And because I had to start my video over, this is Alumilite resin. So that's what we're going to be working with today. I've used the whole 8 ounces of the A and the B, which is 16 ounces total, and I'm hoping that will be enough to pour the molds and the tray, the coasters and the trays, right? So it was pretty cool because the Alumilite came with 3 of these little small cups, which we might use later. Also, I picked up some of these, and I'm not going to use these in the trays, but I just wanted you to see them because I thought this glitter was super cute. Picked those up at Michael's today, and this is it's a bulk glitter flake leaf type. It's not leafy, but it's like a glitter material, but it looks like leaves, and they're small. I thought those were cute, so I picked up those as well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and start mixing. I'm gonna throw a little gold glitter up in here, just because I just want to give it a little pop. We're not gonna do much. We're just gonna do a simple pour and move on from there. I'm just tucking down the corners of some of the paper because we know that in resin, paper likes to float to the top. We want to make sure that the edges are kind of tilted downward to make sure that we don't have anything sticking out or up the back part of it, right? And so let's get started. I'm gonna pour part B into part A just because it's thinner. And I have my spatula here, which I got from the dollar store. Super cute, super easy. I love it. It stirs well. It lets me get all of the resin out on the edges of the cup. And then as I'm stirring, I can stir. The edge is really, really good. So I really like this. Good purchase. Nice and cheap, inexpensive. Because we like to resin on a budget as much as possible. Still COVID. Yeah, I know. That is the new normal these days. So I think that's most of it. And so we're going to get ready to mix. I still see something there. And we want to make sure we get all of it. Make sure we get all of it. All right, so we're going to mix those part A, part B together. Nice and easy, super simple. And then we're just going to mix them together. This is my first time working with Alumilite with an L. This is my first time working with it. But it's clearing up nice and clear, and I'm just working everything around the edges, making sure I'm getting all of that mixed in there good, as you know. And so far, I like it. I mean, I've worked with some other resins, and this doesn't have a lot of bubbles. So far, it doesn't. It's a couple in there, but it don't have a lot. So I like that. It's super clear. First time using this, and I think I like it. I've seen people use it in their videos, so and I was like, okay, they have it. And so you tend to learn names and of products and stuff. That's how you learn, by doing your research. So I'm just stirring this up really good. And I think we're good to go, but I just want to make sure. We're stirring, wiping the edges, folding it. And I think I'm going to pour the coasters first because they're smaller. And then come back and do the tray, just in case. It should be enough for all of it. I'm only going to do a little bit of glitter. And because it's a lot of resin, that wasn't a lot. Let's just give it just a little shine, just a little, you know, oomph to it. Just a little bit. And I have a little heart box too that I want to, if I would get to that too if we have enough resin. But it probably will not be enough in this pour for everything I got laid out to do. So we have that together. I'm gonna slide this to the edge of there, bring these in closer, and we are going to start our pour with these. And I like that this have a spot. This is my first time using this type of cup, so I'm just gonna pour it and fill the first one up. And see, I have my little poker because that makes it easy for me to move the stuff around. And finish that pour there. And we want to make sure we get in between the paper and the mold. And it'll probably kind of just give it a slight lift and then push it back down. Can you guys see that? Yeah. And just organize, set it, you know, set it in there nicely. Going to the second one. And that gold glitter on that black, it just looks so regal and so sharp. It really looks nice. It really looks good bouncing off that black like that. And then I'll come back and I will, this is the third one. So we're gonna go ahead and pour that, getting the mold nice and everything in there. And I'll come back and manipulate it a little bit, but we just really just want to get the coasters. And so I don't know if how much we're gonna have, if we're gonna even be able to start the tray, because it's not that much left. And I'm wondering, do I want to start the tray and not have enough resin, or start the top of the box? We're going to start the top of the heart. We'll put that to the side or scoot it up. We'll start the top of the heart. We'll do the lid. We'll do the lid. And then the box. So, yes, definitely would have liked to have put this on some black backing. I don't know if I have any paper left, but let's check and see. Let's check and see if I have any black paper left to do a backing for this heart. That would be awesome, right? Oh, I did. I had, real quick, because we're in the middle of a pour. So really, really quick, yes, let's glue this heart down really quick. Gotta hurry up. So we're gonna glue the heart and cut it and then pour, right? Because we want that to look really nice when, okay, we glue that. I'm just pressing it, and I'm gonna put it really quickly. Really quickly. Because when they flip the top over, I want it to look really professional. right? With a nice backing on it. And this black paper just does the trick. So there we have it. And so real quick, what I'm gonna do is put that in there like that, right? And we're gonna pour. See? And that didn't take no time. A few minutes, I was able to pour it. And this is my first time doing the heart box. So I just want to make sure that everything has enough. Let's do that and that's out the way. And so we want to make sure we get up in these crevices, because if you do not make sure you got all your resin up in these little crevices underneath the lid, it's gonna not gel good, and you're gonna have to come back and re-pour. I've learned that from, especially like the Hexagon one. The Hexagon one is really good for making sure you got to make sure you get it. You kind of comb it up under there, up under this little lip. It's like a little lip, so when the box sits on the top, and then you can kind of lift up a little bit, letting some of the resin fall underneath it, underneath the paper, and then put it back down. Push. And then hopefully all of the bubbles will come up. You want to make sure you're getting all the bubbles out and they're coming up to the top. So I'm just pushing on it. I'm just making sure that we get everything up out of there and at the edges. And that's going to be really cute. And so see, like I told you, the paper likes to float, and that's okay. So what we do is we keep pushing the paper down. But meanwhile, while that's sitting, we're going to continue our work. So the next part is the bottom of this little mold. We just kind of want to do a little bit. So I'm just going to pour in one spot and let it feel along the edges. So I don't want to fill it too much. So I'm going to do a layered effect. And see this little spatula just can get everything so that you keep all of it. So I'm just going to scoop that. And it don't take much. That's actually more than what I wanted, because yeah, that's a little bit more than what I wanted. We can actually pour some of that out. Yeah, because that's more than what I wanted, so I'm gonna pour a little bit of it out. All right, and let it kind of even itself. Some more. Let me see, where are we? Let's even out. Yep, a little bit more can come out. You don't even need that much. And these boxes are cute, but they are a booger sometimes because it don't take much. And like I said, this is my first time doing this one. And it looks quite small, smaller than the other ones. So, and what I'm trying to do is later on, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna line it with a black paper. And then pour. And I think that will do it. I think. Let's see. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, so we're gonna set that to the side, scrape it. Okay, we got a lot of resin left, a lot. So I don't know. It's gonna be thin, but we're going for it. So let's pour. Let's pour it. We're going for it. not been perfect. I may not have any left to do. But I'm gonna say this, I like this resin. I like it. I like it. Don't have a lot of bubbles. It really don't. Like I don't really see much I have to do with this, and I'm loving that part. I'm literally loving that. And I'm just getting all of it out. And the spatula is like, I love it because it literally gets it all out. Well, I was able to make the pour. That was neat. That was neato. I don't want this popping out on the side, so you might have to put that up against something. Something stroking it. So we have to be here. There we go. Because it's got like a little part that's popping out. And so I'm just going to lift, let the resin get underneath it, underneath the paper. And then I'm going to push it back up. I'm going to push the paper back down. Working up any bubbles that's underneath it. See, there's some coming up. So we're going to smooth it out. And that's what we want to do. Keeping the paper down. And these are doing beautifully, except for, you know, the paper coming up. So we're just going to go through and push them down. Pushing out any bubbles. And keeping the hex and everything nice and even with the edges. So we're just pushing that paper down. Pushing it down. Pushing it down. All the way around it. I like this resin. Oh my god. I like it. It's hardly no bubbles, and that's, you know how when you work with something, once you start, you kind of, you know, want to get the stuff that, you know, and stick with the brand that you've been working with. And so this is how I get to try other brands, is when I run out, I have to run to Michael's, Joann's, and I end up having to get something that they have. And I got an Easy Cast, I think Easy Pour or something like that, and that was okay. But this Aluma Light, I love it. It's like hardly no freaking bubbles. None. It might be one right there, and so I'm loving it, literally. Everything seems to be doing really, really good. So I'm just gonna keep poking and watching for the next couple of minutes, and we had enough to do all of the pours, so that's awesome. This one is trying to get off centered a little bit, so we're just gonna fix it like so. This one too, try to keep them centered as much as possible. And I'm loving it, right? I'm loving it. Yes, I am. So I'm gonna tap it with the heat gun a little bit. And that's pretty much it. Just to kind of get any bubbles in there. Any bubbles that need to be there. It's not really good. It's a few, they're very, very tiny. Very tiny. I just see them when, you know, as it clears, as the heat clears it up. And I'm just circling it around. But the bubbles are like super tiny. Almost like pins. That's how little they are. And I love that. Like, that's awesome. It is super clear. Very easy to work with. Very easy to work with. I'm loving it. So Aluma Light, if you guys want to send me some stuff to kind of try, I would love it. Or a discount, I would love it. Please hit subscribe to my channel. We're going to come back later and I'll show you the unmolding of it. And I've done a couple other resins with paper. Like, I fell in love with this when I did it the first time because it's like super simple. You don't have to be an artist to be creative. You just got to have a good eye. Go get you some nice paper, and you can pretty much make whatever you want because they have so many different types of prints of paper that you can get. And so, yeah. And I love that. And that was just something that I'm sure other people have done it. But it's just something that I figure would cut down on a lot of time and cost, and you can get something really nice and pretty and professional and all of that good stuff. So we're going to set the base here and let that get hard. I'm going to come back later. I'm going to just wipe the resin off of that part because I don't want no beads, or keep the mold nice and clean as much as possible for when I do the final pour, because it's going to be a 2-color. So we have a clear top. Oh shoot, we don't want to do too much moving around, but I just kind of want to get that close to that, get that close up there, and we're going to support the sides of those two and support the sides of those two. Right, I just want to make sure everything is nice and even and supporting one another and not causing indentions. But yeah, I think that's how that works. Nice and easy and even. So that is all of everything that was poured tonight. I was keeping that right there to keep that edge because it's like a little indentation there, so I want to keep it nice and straight. Matter of fact, yeah, let's move this on that nice and even because I need this to be on a flat surface. And so we can do that like that, do that like that. Everything is on a flat surface. We don't want to have anything that's, okay, now I can set that up against it. And that should give me the support. Might need to be something heavier. Just right here in this little corner. Okay. And everything looks submerged and really good. I'm going to do it one more time. I want to make sure that I take my little tool and go around these corners and edges, making sure that everything is nice and sharp and that we have no bubbles in these corners and edges, or the lip. So that's why you see me running my tool around it, making sure everything is in the corners. So that looks good. I'm gonna do the same thing with my hexagons here, and that's just to make sure that the corners and the edges are don't have any bubbles sitting at the bottom of them, because like I told you, those hexagon molds, you have to make sure that the corners are nice and sharp when you have those lips, because sometimes when you pour, it may bubble up in the corners. So you want to just kind of run a nice toothpick, or I have a daughter here that it's an old one. I have so many of them from my nail table, and I just said I'll use the oldest one since I didn't want to use any of the newer ones. So I grabbed the old one, and that's what we're using to kind of push everything down, lift up any bubbles that may be here. But everything looks really good, and I'm gonna heat it one more time, and then we're gonna just let it be, and then I'll come back and show you the demolding once it's done. But yeah, everything is looking really good though. Again, I think I like this resin so far. It's really good. Like I like it. So I'm just pushing everything down, making sure it's nice and flat, and then I'll come back and heat it one more time. And I'm gonna push this one down one last time, making sure that it's nice, and I might have to come back and put another layer on this one because it's not all the way to the lip, but it's yeah. I just want to make sure everything is pushed down. See, and that we didn't want to happen, but that's because it had a bubble in it. And so when I push it, it's pushing everything out. And so I might have to put like a small thin coating on this once it's done, because yeah. But other than that, everything looks pretty good. And so that will be it. And we'll come back and do the unmolding. Oh wait a minute, I don't know why I keep wanting to move this, knowing that I need it to be right here. So I'm just putting stuff right back where it's supposed to be, I guess. Okay, but we're gonna come back and do the demolding once it's done. Thank you for watching. Please hit subscribe, hit the like button, and share. Bye. Have a good one. Hi, and welcome back to my channel. So today what we are going to be doing is a little repair from the molds that we poured yesterday. Remember yesterday we was working on the paper coasters that I put in here, working with paper as our design, and we had poured a couple of things, and so we came back today, and this will probably be a single video by itself, and it will also be attached to the original video, so it'll all be one. But this particular video will be repairs when you have a bubble from a hard surface that has casted and it has a huge bubble in it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you down so that we can get started. Okay, all right. I'm just adjusting my camera so that you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm gonna work and show you how to repair a bubble if you have it. I had done this before because I had a coaster when I did these, and I'm gonna see if it'll pick it up where you can see it right there. It had a small bubble in it, right? But I re-poured it and it came out pretty good. You can't really see it unless you're actually trying to see it, right? So that's what we're gonna do. We're going to fix the big tray. I'm gonna show you what happened because yeah, it's huge. And so I'm gonna demold this just for a moment, but I'm gonna put it back, and then we'll come back tomorrow and demold. So what happened was, you see that nice big hole in it, big bubble. The tray looks awesome. It really looks pretty, but I need to fix that because can't have a big hole in it. And then I think 2 of the coasters came out the same way. So see, that has a little hole in it, and that was a bubble. I'm assuming that just I didn't see it, didn't feel it, it didn't come up to the top, and so we have that hole. That one has one too. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna fix them, right? Because we don't want to waste anything, right? And then we're gonna complete the remaining of the box real quick. Also, this little mold came in, and so I might fill it with something if I have something later. It's like a little Chanel button and a little Chanel emblem, and so we might fill that if we have some resin left over. So let's get started with that. So I've already poured 3 ounces in each one because I don't need that much. And so we're going to mix that real quick. So I'm going to grab my trusty spatula right here, and I'm going to pour the hardener into the resin because the hardener is thinner and it's easier to get out of the container. And so we're gonna just pour it in there. And when I say baby wipes, it's like the bomb. I hate that I didn't learn that before I messed up 2 of my measuring cups like this, because I was using acetone to clean, which acetone is good too. It gets all of the stickiness out, but it's not as good as the baby wipes. So keep you some baby wipes handy so that you can wipe everything out. Right, so we got all of that out, and we're gonna mix it real quick. So this would be like how to fix bubble video, and then I'll just attach it probably to the main video with the final demolding. And so yeah, but I just kind of want to share with you, my trusted viewers, please hit subscribe and the bell so that you can get notifications when I post new videos, which I will be doing, plan to make a video every Tuesday, posted by Thursday is what we're going to set a goal for keeping up with Kia P. And this channel is like everything that I love to do. So some videos may not work, some videos may, but I'm doing what I love to do and I'm just sharing it with you. So this is the resin, and I love to do resin. It's relaxing. I love creating. I'm a creator just by nature. Gemini is my astrology sign. I'm left-handed as well, which means my right brain works the most. And that'll be on another video. But yeah, so I'm mixing. And then what I'm using this time, because the first pour was with, and this is going to be interesting because it's going to be two separate resins. So we'll see how that comes out, right? This is a Virotech light that I'm using this time. And the first one that I used was, what was it? Illuminite. And I liked it. It was pretty cool. Didn't have any bubbles. Like you can see some of the bubbles coming out of here. It didn't do any of that. So for that, I liked it. And I'm sure people will be like, where's your mask? But I don't know. I'm very ventilated. Got my big fan going up here. I got all of my windows open on the side. So I got that mixed pretty good. And so I'm going to tell you, this acts just like the original. I think it's called Easy Pour or Easy something that I used. East Coast. That's what it was. East Coast resin. Something like that. And so what I'm going to do is put the glitter, because we use glitter in the original pour. So we want to make sure it matches. So we put a little glitter in there. Not a lot, but just a little. Because we don't want to take away from our pattern. I'm going to stir that in there. Stir that on in there. And it's a fine glitter is what I used, a gold fine glitter. And that's what we used originally. So we just want it to match. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip them over. I'm going to pour the holes and just slap the mold back on it. Pour the holes in and slap the mold. Well, not slap it, but lay it back on it. And just let it sit. Hopefully everything will bond together and work together. And we'll see how this turn out. I would hate for anything to go wrong, because the trays and the coasters are looking really cute. So I'm going to let that sit for a second. Not long. Meanwhile, I'm gonna put this, try to fit this little ring into this box, because I want the bottom of the box to have like a black barrier. So yeah, we're gonna set that right down in there like so, and that's gonna give it like a little black facing per se. And because remember, we filled it halfway up, so I think that'll be cool. That'll be neat to kind of do that. And then I'll come back and cut whatever is left on it, sand it or whatever, and we'll make sure it's nice and tidy and cute. All right, so the first one, I'm gonna take the mold off of this. I'm just gonna peel it back a little bit, and then I'm going to lightly start high and pour slow. High and pour slow, because I just want it to kind of just fill that hole up. Not too much, but enough to just kind of fill it. And that looks pretty good. Just maybe a smidge more. And then I'm gonna lay the mold right back on top and flip it over. Now this, because it came out weird, I'm going to pour the remaining of the back. But I'm going to let that sit first, because I want to get these holes done. And then we'll do these the same. And next one is right there. See, it's right there. So I'm just going to peel the mold back a little bit. Pour it a little high, but slow. Just enough to fill it. Maybe a little bit over. And then lay the mold back on. Like so. And I hope that comes out okay. And so maybe, I don't know, maybe it's looking pretty good. Maybe just do this. I don't know, I just want to make sure everything is good in here, right? And we're just gonna move it around. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour a little bit on this side, and then that'll give it a nice even base. And so I don't have to worry too much about indentions or extra stuff. I'm hoping we can just kind of, again, press the mold back down on it like so, flip it, let it sit. I might need to do this one the same way. So let me flip it all the way, because we want to make sure, right, that everything is nice and even. So make sure we get this everywhere, especially in that groove. So we'll slide that way, slide it that way, and then we'll peel this back this side and pour. We just want to make sure we get enough to smooth it out across the top layer. The mold, make sure we get this corner, that corner, real quick. It's okay. Just a little bit there. Out, slide, and everything out over. Make sure everything is nice and even. Out. Make sure we smoothing all this stuff out, because I'm seeing a little bit of bubbles in here, so I just want to make sure. And it seems to be working pretty okay, I guess. Just make sure we got everything nice and settled, right? Push a little bit. Push. Okay, this last one, it's got that little bubble there. So I'm gonna take the whole thing off and just fill the bubble, and then put a little bit in the bottom. Make sure we got enough. Make sure it's good and coated. Make sure that hole is covered pretty good. Place the mold on it. Squeeze the bubbles out. And what I'm doing with this is I'm working it up, because I see a bubble. And then I'll re-pour the bottom. And then I want to make sure everything is good, because it's worth it. If I could just get this bubble out of here. Just get that out. Just keep moving and moving and moving. So maybe we do that. I can get it out. Maybe not. This might be making a mess. But we gonna keep trying until we get it. And the first thing I need to do is take these gloves off and put some things on. Just stay a mess. Get some baby wipes, wipe it down. And where we at? 18 minutes in. Okay. Don't want to keep you too long on this video, because I'm hoping it don't take long. But trial and error. So these baby wipes out here. Wipe up this extra resin on this mold. And then we're going to continue to keep working it because we don't need any bubbles. And it's got 2 big ones. I think that did it. All right. And the baby wipes just wipes it right up. All right, so we gotta move a little bit faster, but we got it. So that's the main thing. So we're gonna go to the back of this because it needs it. I'm gonna check it one more time. And remember on this mold, this little end. It on the lip part, it pokes out, and I guess that's the mold that they sent me. It does that. So I gotta make sure I be extremely careful on this little edge here, and I'm gonna put something up to it to keep it aligned correctly. And so we're gonna have this bottle yesterday, but I don't want it to stick to that, so we're gonna make sure we swoop everything inward. And again, use our baby wipes. And now I can set that like so. And so we gotta make sure we get some resin in this corner, because this was a thin pour, this last one, and it's mainly just to kind of smooth the back out, to get it as smooth as possible. And then I need to do a few more because I need to fill. So we need a couple more ounces of resin. I'll probably do maybe 4 more. I just hope I don't have any holes in that. Okay, so we're gonna do 4 more, and then I'm gonna fill up everything, and we'll come back and we'll demold. And so that's how you would fix it. And so we'll see, make sure everything, how everything came out when we demold it tomorrow. So thank you for watching, and we'll come back and demold it tomorrow and see if that worked. Okay, I will see you later. Bye. Remember to hit subscribe and the bell button. Thank you. See you later. Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Keeping Up with Kia, right? All things Kia. So we're back today. So I want to demold the resins from the Hexagon trays, the Hexagon coasters, and the tray that we made in the little box, okay? So I'm gonna take you down so that we can demold, okay? All right, let's take it down. Alrighty, so as you can see, I'm bringing this a little bit closer just so you can get a good look. We have the tray here, the box, and the 2 coasters we worked on, and then this is the other 2, and we're going to demold them to see what we have, right? Okie dokie, let's go. So here's the coaster, and it came out pretty cute, right? And it's got the roses. I'm bring it closer so you can see it. Nice detail. Remember, I didn't put a lot of glitter in there because we wanted the roses to still be able to be the main focus point. And that is the resin coasters with the paper. That is the back. Okay, and that's one. And these two, when I originally poured them, they came out okay. That's three. Well, that's one of them. That's the second one. And it came out okay. So two of them came out perfect. I didn't have to go back and do them. But these two, we had to go back and re-pour. And remember, I showed you that in the Fix the Bubble video. So we had to come back and re-pour them to fix the bubble. And I kind of over-poured a little bit, but that's okay. But as you can see, the bubble came out. And so it worked. And what we did was, if you didn't know what we did, you can catch my Fix the Bubble video and it'll show you how we fixed it, okay? So that came out okay. So that's three. And they are super cute. I love them. And this is the other one. I kept having problems with this one because the, see, and we was able to fix it. Yep, nice and smooth, even. Couple little edges around here we're probably going to fill in from the second pour because we didn't, it was just kind of difficult to do. So I might just kind of fill that in with the dropper. That way I don't have to pour it. Fill it in with a little resin from the dropper and then maybe stick it back in there. But I had so much a hard time yesterday trying to get the bubbles out of this. But it came out pretty perfect. And I'll be sanding those up and getting those ready to be sold as a set of 4. So there's the coasters. There's the coasters. Right? Nice and pretty. As a set of 4. Yep. So I'm pretty proud of those. They came out really, really good. And so I'm just going to lay them back out. Now, we have the little trinket box here. And yesterday, I filled it. I showed you where I put the paper around it because I wanted it to have the black barrier at the bottom. And then what I did was I dropped opaque alcohol inks. Once I put the resin in there with the flakes. And then I just dropped a couple of dips of alcohol inks, opaque gold alcohol ink in there. And then swirled it around inside the heart. And then that's what it came out with. So let's demo this and see what we have. Right? See what we got. This is the fun part. This is the fun part because you get to see what your work and what you designed. But let's see what we have here. I'm going to take this middle out. And this is my first time doing something with the heart. With the heart. Okay, and so I'm seeing that came out with look like alcohol ink. That's the gold that we use. So what it did was it must have seeped down to the basing and stuck to the mold. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe that off and clean that off. And then what I don't get, I will use acetone and wipe it. But it's coming off with this baby wipe. The baby wipes is everything, guys. I swear. I did not know. But now that I do, I use them for everything. But that came out pretty okay. Other than the alcohol ink. And so I'm assuming that, yeah, it's probably got a little bit in here or loose resin. And I'll just fill it later. But overall, it's super cute. So that is the base. And remember I told you I wanted to put the little black paper around it. And that's why you see the little black part. And I think that is so cute. It just kind of give it a little hidden where you don't see everything. And so here's the top to it. And we're going to demold that. And hoping. And so see that has just a little bit of a bubble there. And I'm going to fix that too. But let's put it on and hopefully see if it fits. Yeah, it does. And so, oh, it's got a smidgen of a indentation. So I want that to fit snug of an overpour right here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and what I'm using here is my jewelry cutters. Because I find that they work best to give me a good precision cut along the edges. So I'm not overcutting. And I can work smoothly along the edges here. And that's just because I want this to fit down nice and snug. It's had a little bit of a, there we go, and snap. Snap down. Yep. But that is the little matching cup. I think that turned out cute. Really, really cute, right? Little heart cup, little rose. Okay, so that's that. Yep, and so what I'm doing is I'm just lifting. Like I told you, I had a little bit of an overpour. I just want to make sure that that's good and cleaned. So I'm just cutting that little bit out. And then I'll go back and file it later. But that looks and feels a lot smoother and better. And then I'm just going to clamp it down, make sure that it's all good. And then I'm going to fix the lid. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, see? Okay, so that's the box. And we'll go ahead and fix the lid on that. Now let's go to the big tray. And I'm going to tell you already, I seen a bubble in here. It's small though. So you cannot, remember that real big old bubble we had? It's gone. It's gone. I just have this little small indentation there, and that's not going to be hard to feel. As you see, if we did that big old bubble, it was a big old bubble here in the center, and it's filled. Okay, and then that's the tray. Nice and pretty. I think that came out cute. And so we'll fix that on up, and then you got the little box for your little, hold your little whatever. And that's cute. And this would be for sale too. Yes, that is cute. That's the back of it. See, and it just has the black backing. Not too much gold glitter, but enough. Right? And that's that. Cute. All right, so that is it for these couple of projects. And we will come back later. Super cute. I love it. We will come back later to, then you got the matching coasters. Right? A matching coaster set. And you can just have a whole little garden going on for your accessories, okay? So, thank you for watching. I will see you later.